Here's the thing to understand about ADHD is that metabolically, the way your mitochondria is set up, the way your brain is set up to produce energy, it's a little poorer than other people. So you're going to use more energy quicker. You're going to have a hard time recruiting that energy.
Right.
And that energy is ATP. Now, what we come to understand from creatine is that it may actually be donating to ADP, which is the precursor to help us get to ATP. So basically, you have this period where like you build up energy, you then use the energy, and then you got to rebuild the energy. Creatine may shorten that time. Creatine may make the brain be a little more efficient in getting that energy production. So this is important to understand for people with ADHD, because if you are, I call it like running hot. You're burning like rocket fuel, right? But like it's a Honda, right? It's like not supposed to go on rocket fuel, but that's like the rate you're burning energy in this, and how high value that energy is, right? Rocket fuel is not cheap. And so the other caveat to that is that you've got neuroinflammation going on a lot of the times. Again, this is the gene clusters that happen. People who are neurodivergent have a tendency to throw inflammation a little more quickly. Their immune system, the underlying theme I like to say is dysregulation, dysregulated nervous system, dysregulated immune system. And it's not necessarily that you're broken. It is that it's dysregulated because modern society, modern environment isn't set up to support this operating system. And that's essentially what it is, a different operating system. So creatine may help with your brain health in terms of giving you more energy, because that inflammatory piece also disrupts your ability to make energy as well. And so what people report when they're taking creatine is that their executive functions are better. So sometimes it's emotional regulation can be affected, but it's often more focus and more sustained focus. So what can often happen, especially in the luteal phase for women or women in perimenopause, menopause, is that they have a hard time starting a task. Then they finally start a task. They don't have the gumption to get through. They're like, I burn out, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, and that is because the brain fuel, like they just burned through it too quick. It took so much energy just to get started, and then they had very little left to keep going.